Gigs, festivals, and concerts across the country have been postponed, rescheduled, or cancelled in an effort to stop the spread of coronavirus. According to I Lost My Gig Australia, as of the 7th of April, musicians, producers, booking agents, hospitality workers, and more have lost a total of $330 million. We spoke to a Melbourne-based booking agent who has witnessed the industry's loss firsthand.
Look, given the nature of COVID-19 and how it spreads, live music concerts, festivals, large gatherings, we're kind of the first to really be affected. Obviously, a large part of the industry, or the major part of the industry is live touring and live performance, which are all public gatherings, which are now illegal. Not only has that affected me as an agent, obviously it's affected artists, it's affected promoters, it's affected tour managers, publicists, road crews, venue owners and workers. So it's definitely across the board in the music industry, and it's negatively affected it for sure.
Artists across Australia are all feeling the effects of the current circumstances. Persecution Blues is a local rock band from Melbourne's north. The restrictions on public gatherings put a stop to all their upcoming gigs and rehearsals for the foreseeable future.
It's just like, for fun, we just play in the band, and we had a lot of stuff lined up that isn't really going ahead anymore. But luckily we recorded last year, at the end of last year, and we just got them onto Spotify and stuff so people can listen. Two of the gigs we've been talking about pushing back, but we don't know when we're going to do it yet. But I think some of them might just be lost completely.
With the lack of live music events, artists are looking for new ways to push forward and try and make the most of this time.
We were playing a lot of gigs and stuff, and we couldn't really take time to take like a breath and sort of like write new material or think of what the direction of the band is. So in a way, that's a positive come out of this, that we can see like where we can have a think about what we're going to do next and more like music we can make.
On top of songwriting, the advice for local artists is to make the most of their social media platforms.
It's a good time for artists to not only focus on like writing music, for example, but it's also a great way for them to focus on marketing and I guess like connecting with fans via their social media platforms. So an obvious one is streaming, which we're seeing a lot of, even though it's not necessarily financially that beneficial in the short term, but at the moment it is a really good way for artists to interact with fans in a different way by connecting with them from a remote location.
Looking to the future, it is hoped that we will see a lot of live events that have been rescheduled.
No one gets paid until the shows actually happen. So I guess what we're focusing on doing is, trying to reschedule, and also just like, being creative and trying to brainstorm and, think of ways to, work with promoters and, work as a community to basically, throw something big once, everything kind of dies down, I guess.
Persecution Blues band member Elmer Trapani has his sights set on the end of the year.
We're just planning on playing a lot of gigs when we get back. Like if it comes before the end of the year, hopefully it does.
In the meantime, the industry is looking for all the support they can get.
The one thing that I guess people are really, really focusing on in terms of, supporting artists and what should be the best way to do so is by signing up to a Spotify account, purchasing songs on, Bandcamp and iTunes and different online platforms, and also buying merchandise, because that's, I guess, where the money, is coming from now that the live, the live element of, performance is kind of cut out. That's really the only way of artists making money at this point in time.
It all helps. Like anyone, just buy a favorite record or T-shirt or whatever, and just support the scene. If you love music, just try and support as much of the scene as you can, because we need to keep it alive. It's really good outlet for everyone and a lot of people's source of income. So if we could keep it alive, that'd be a great thing, I reckon.
Isolation is the perfect time to check out new music and support the Australian music industry. Now back to the studio with Will and Nadia.